Turkcell is Turkey's #1 digital service provider, and we have with us today Kaan Terzioglu, who is the CEO of Turkcell, to tell us about the company's strategy and performance over the recent years. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, a pleasure.
We had a fantastic year, but I have to tell you we had a fantastic 4 years.
Okay.
Last year we grew 20.8% top line, and in the last 2 years, year-on-year growth, we have achieved 49% top line, 90% EBITDA.
Oh, fantastic.
And this is actually a result of our application of our digital operator strategy, which is basically taking the traditional 32-minute relationship of a telco with its customer to 1,440 minutes, basically every single minute in a day, and making sure that you have digital services which are relevant to the customer. 4 years ago, we made some strategic choices and we invested in instant messaging platforms, music platforms, TV platforms, search engines, cloud services, digital media publishing platforms. And all these today allowed us to have a deeper, wider, more relevant relationship with the customer. We are experiencing the lowest churn rates. Our ARPU is growing, and our ARPU is growing not because we raise prices, but we sell more. Okay. We are more relevant to the customer. And all this stuff allowed us to reach and be the fastest growing telco in the world 3 years in a row.
That's fantastic. No mean feat, that. And it's on the back, principally, you say, of the customer, the B2C relationship. Now, I know that you've set up a subsidiary company to attack the enterprise market. Tell us about that. It's DBS is the name of the company.
DBS, Digital Business Services. And Digital Business Services actually is going to be focusing on major digital transformation projects. Sometimes we're going to take an industry as a whole. Sometimes it's going to be a big corporate. And sometimes it's going to be small and mid-sized enterprises getting service from our cloud services. And all these things are our focus to basically replicate the success we had on the consumer space
side
to the corporate side. And you're going to see us coming up very innovative corporate business solutions, digital solutions that are going to change the productivity dynamics in the industries. This is really exciting because as we get closer 5G, it opens us enormous amount of opportunities.
How did you know that I was going to ask that next about 5G? It's the theme of the day. It's
yes.
Obviously the industry is going to embrace it. What is your go-to-market strategy, and when are you looking at launching that?
Sure.
Sometime sooner rather than later.
First of all, I have to tell you that the infrastructure we have in Turkey, which we call 4.5G, is capable of carrier aggregation, and we have already prepared our platform so that it is 5G ready. And April the 1st, we're going to be launching 5G with Huawei as our first pseudo commercial offer. And this will practically mean that as the government will allocate the spectrum over the next maybe 1-2 years, we're going to make that offer really commercial scale. But the network we have in Turkey is really one of the 2 fastest, robustest networks in the world. It's us and I think Swisscom, which has this type of capabilities. It's state of the art, and we can reach up to 1.2 gigabits per second, performance even today.
Wow.
So we are 5G ready, and April the 1st is big time for us. We're going to have 5G deployed on our existing spectrum. That means we will be able to offer it to customers in certain areas. And then, of course, over the next 2 years, we're going to see commercial scale.
Let's talk about that. You're launching in partnership with Huawei.
Yes.
As a strategic partner, what are your expectations of Huawei, and how is that relationship working out, and how has it been over the years?
Look, first of all, I have to tell you one thing. As telecom companies, we have been in this business since Graham Bell invented telephony, right? And if there is one industry which is mature enough in terms of deploying networks, providing high quality, secure services to customers, to countries, and to corporations, it's the telecom industry. So I'm very, very proud to be a member of this industry. And what I have seen over the last years, Huawei has consistently improved its capacity as a technology partner, and beyond technical skills, their customer focus has really made a huge difference. Of course, we work with many technology companies, And I think Huawei's performance is second to none when it comes to technology, delivery, and human touch. So big kudos to that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time
Thank you.
today. I really appreciate talking to you.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Kaan.